There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
Well, good morning. Yeah, right over there if you want to go get it. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Morning Show. And we are here on Main Street TV with our good friend and Bengals, consultant and correspondent and every other Bengals thing, Marc Carman.
This is a great day to be a Bengals fan.
It is.
Like Lou, we're there, almost.
So, okay, here's the deal. If you've been watching this show for a long time, and we've been here for quite a long time, and Marc Carman has been here with us forever. And I'm going to say it's been like 20 years. And you and I have been good buddies for a long time. And I have literally every year heard it's going to be their year. This is going to be their year.
And we're still saying it.
And then it would be, we'll get them next year. I mean, we've known each other a long time, and every year we've had this discussion. And finally,
we're here.
We're here.
We're getting close.
I mean,
one game.
I have to say,
the big game.
That's exactly right. And I have to say that even if they don't make it past this game, they've done real well.
They've been doing great, and the future looks fantastic. That's the main thing. The future looks fantastic for all the Ohio teams, really, as far as that is. But
that's right.
Bengals finally got a franchise quarterback, as they call him.
Yeah.
And you get somebody like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're set for the future.
And it just so happens that the Bengals quarterback happens to be our, local boy phenom, Joe Burrow. And, I think that adds like an extra element of excitement to, anybody from around here watching the Bengals.
It really does.
But, it's not just because he's from here. He is kicking butt. Well, he is doing well.
He is just a good class act kid. I mean,
yeah.
He really is. He's got a good heart. He got drafted. He started the food bank there in Athens and everything. Yep. So he's a class act kid. And the other good thing about Cincinnati right now, they're really a young, talented team. I mean, really are. All the receivers, I think all the receivers like 21 to 25 years old.
I mean, that's, and they're young. So they're young. So they've got plenty of room to grow.
Got plenty of room. They got gap space for next year, so they can step up to bat to get some free agents and hopefully get some linemen.
I mean, the good news is Carman and I are going to sign up to be offensive linemen for the Bengals because we could probably do better protecting the quarterback than what they do.
They're a little tough, but it's funny. It's kind of one game they're really tough. They don't give up a sack, and the next thing, last week was probably the extraordinary. I've never seen a quarterback go down 9 times.
Hey, they set some records. Yeah. Not good ones, but they set the records.
But the good thing there, they won. That's the bottom line. If it's an ugly win, it's a win. I don't care. What is a good
doesn't matter how you
what's
get there.
What's a pretty win? Hell, I don't know. They all make you bite your nails and clench, and I don't care what fan you are.
It can't be easy,
There's nothing easy.
It's no fun if it's easy. But no, and you were actually at the game, so I thought it was really interesting because, Carman's been a diehard, and I will give you credit. You've been a diehard Bengals fan, not fair weather, for
Ride the Dogs.
A long time.
I went to a Pittsburgh game, which is funny. Guy, I think Cincinnati was 3-11 or something that year, and we went to, it was like the very last game, and we were in Pittsburgh, and I had my Bengal attire on, sat down. The guy next to him, he's a really nice guy. He goes, I got to ask you a question. Why would you come all the way to Pittsburgh to watch Cincinnati? I said, tickets were free.
In all honesty.
And they were. And we won that game. That was the fun
No
part
way.
of it.
That's hilarious.
We were losing the game, and Jeff Blake was the quarterback, and as we were leaving, they threw a bomb and ended up winning the game, which is really nice.
That is a huge.
Fans, being a fan for any team, I don't care what team you are, it's always ups and downs. You know, you hit your good times, your bad times, but it's been extraordinary. You know, it's funny. I haven't been to a Bengals game all year.
Oh, you haven't?
No, that's the funny part. We've been busy. We've been doing something every year. And the crazy thing, I had a guy call me, a good friend of mine, Keith Moore, I'll tell him. He called me and said, "Hey, I got 2 tickets for the Bengals playoff game, the first one." I said, "I'm in." So we went there and had a fantastic game with, against the Raiders. And it was cold, but I have never seen a crowd so pumped up.
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of Bengal games over the year.
And where was that game?
Cincinnati.
It was in Cincinnati.
Yeah, this
okay.
was the home. This was the first
That's
home
right,
game,
the first one.
The first playoff game. But I've never seen a crowd so pumped up. Everything was hoo-day, and
that's awesome.
Coming in, and of course the whole game, the crowd was all pumped up, loud. I mean, seriously loud. And then when they won,
that was a close game too, wasn't it?
That was a close game.
Yeah.
They held off the Raiders from scoring to tie it up to go to overtime. And I thought for sure they were going to tie it up there because they were right down there, about 10-yard line or less. And they intercepted the ball, which, to be honest with you, where I was sitting, I couldn't see what happened.
Oh.
The crowd just went nuts and intercepted. I said, "What happened?" I did. I said, "What happened?" He goes, "I don't know. I'm not really sure." And I texted the lady next to me. I said, "What happened?" She goes, "I don't know. They won the game." I said, "I know that."
Obviously.
And they don't show the replay after the last play of the game, I guess. So I didn't watch the
well,
replay.
they should, especially when it's that.
I think everybody's so extraordinarily happy.
No doubt. And, it was funny. I saw pictures like on Facebook and different things of, people around here that were at the game. And they looked like Ralphie's little brother when, in A Christmas Story, because it had to have been, it was so cold that day.
Well, I wore insulated pants, wore a shirt and a sweatshirt and a jacket. And the only thing I got cold was my feet. And I took hand warmers, and I stuck those in my shoes, and that kept me warm.
Good.
So it wasn't really that bad. I've been to colder games actually.
Really?
But it was chilly, and it was the wind. As it got darker, the wind quit, so that helped out.
That's good.
But it was a great game. The only thing is just all the walking, and it's amazing. We parked downtown Cincinnati and walked out on 6-8 blocks or something like that, and hung out around the stadium. Ran into some people we knew, and tailgated a little bit. And it's just a fantastic. It's a lot of fun. I mean, really,
like a great environment to be in.
Yeah, it's a great environment, and then we went to Tennessee. We got the tickets. We bought tickets from Ticketmaster.
I was going to say, so Tennessee pretty much did everything they could to sway Bengals fans from not coming.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We bought our tickets on a Tuesday. The next thing I hear on Wednesday, they were trying to get fans not coming. But I'll tell you what was really amazing. Cincinnati had a fantastic turnout at the game.
Oh, they did. So it didn't really help that they were trying to.
We were on the visitor side. Most all the Bengals fans there. I'm sure there were some on the other side that really couldn't tell. But up where we were at, it was almost solid Bengal fans. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
And I think we were 3 seats from the top, and we actually walked 5 miles that day from my watch. I'm telling you, Monday or Sunday, I couldn't even hardly walk. I was so sore. But the cool thing, I'll tell you one thing about Tennessee and their fans. They've got great fans.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, after we won the game, a lot of them came up and congratulated us. If we were in Pittsburgh or someplace else.
Everybody be in fist fights.
Yeah, but man,
that's awesome.
All the fans are really nice, and we really had a good time. And the stadium the stadium needs upgrade, but somebody told us they're going to pay like $60 million to update the stadium.
Wow. And it's not a big stadium, right?
I'm not sure how many
Was it like 60-some thousand?
Yeah, probably 60.
68?
Nissan Stadium's only 60-some thousand.
I think it's
which is
68,
a
I
lot.
heard.
Some NFL stadiums are 100,000.
I was going to say, I mean, you can fit more in, the Ohio State stadium.
Well,
but
it's funny. Joe
whatever.
Burrow said something about where you was allowed or whatever. He said, well, I came from LSU.
Right.
Because they got 100,000 fans there, so it's a lot louder there than it is at the last couple of stadiums.
Yeah, this is cake.
This is cake. So, it's loud to us, but it's a lot of fun going over there to Nashville. If you ever have a chance to go over and watch your team over there play, it's a good time. Not bad. What we did, we Ubered from the Grand Ole Opry is where we stayed at. And
I was going to ask you, so were tickets hard to come by, and was like hotels hard to come by?
Well, we got two things happen. We ordered tickets Tuesday. No,
so you just got right on it?
We got right on and got our tickets.
Got
our tickets. And the nice thing now, they put them on your cell phone, which is good and bad. So you don't have to wait for a fax or whatever. So you just, they take them right to you.
I can remember waiting for the old
mailbox.
Mail. Yeah. Are they going to come in time?
Yeah, sweating it out.
Yeah.
Man, now today, the cool thing, they took it right to your phone. And
no, that's
you
really
walk
cool.
right in, you like something like this, you wave your phone there, kick your next ticket, wave it. And
that's
you're in.
Awesome.
So it's pretty cool, really. And but we got tickets pretty easy for the
so
second.
You just went to Ticketmaster and
Ticketmaster.
Oh, okay. I wondered where you got the tickets.
Yeah, I in fact last night
just the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way, Ticketmaster. And it's funny, when I was in Nashville, I saw a couple people sell them, but I don't know how they do that. I saw a couple ticket scalpers. Can't even talk to them morning, but really didn't. How a lot of times you go to the games, they'd have out tickets up for sale and stuff like that. Didn't see a lot of that.
Well, it almost seems now in the digital world in which we live, like how would you do that? Because
Nashville's saying they were cutting the tickets off after you couldn't transfer for like 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, which is weird.
So yeah, because I mean, it's always. When you had the old-fashioned ticket, you knew that it probably wasn't a fake, But now it's like if you just print out a piece of paper, even it's like, oh, I don't know about that because anybody could copy that. And
but they do it. I mean,
it's whoever gets in first.
My daughter and her husband had got sold fake tickets one time.
Really?
And anyway, to make a long story short, they went back to the guy that sold them the tickets, and they gave their money back to him. But he bought them off somebody else off the street. And they were fake tickets, and he had to take the hit. And then they ended up going to the ticket office, I think, at Riverfront, or not Riverfront, the Paul Brown Stadium.
Yeah.
Buying tickets there. So,
okay.
But tickets, there's always tickets for some event. I mean, if they say they're sold out, I guarantee you, if you want to go,
if you've got the money, if you got the open up your pocketbook,
if you want to throw it out there.
But so you got ticket. You were able to get them just at face value and that way.
Well, not face value.
No.
Here's the deal now with NFL tickets. People can buy the tickets and resell them on Ticketmaster.
Oh.
And they get their little extra money over top of that.
Gotcha.
So, no, it's not face value. I mean, if you... Somehow these guys, now, like for instance, I got on the other night, I think I could have got the regular ticket price, what those tickets were going for. I checked last night, a lot of those tickets are up $200 to $300 to $400.
Uh-huh.
So
supply and demand.
Supply and demand. You buy them, then you can resell them, which is crazy. You can resell them on Ticketmaster.
So you buy them on Ticketmaster and then resell them on Ticketmaster's very happy about that because they're getting.
And NFL is behind it too. They're all for it. If you got tickets, they're just trying to help you get your tickets sold.
Sure.
So.
Well, cool. So then you stayed at the
Grand Ole Opry, Gaylord, I guess that's what they call it.
Opryland.
Opryland. That's a resort and a half.
I've never been down there, but I've heard it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's an amazing place. Restaurants, like tons of restaurants inside.
So you don't even have to leave the resort if you don't want to.
Yeah, we got there.
Is it kind of like, does it put you in the mind of like a Vegas hotel where there's like
kind
of a lot of stuff going on all within?
I mean, they got, the good thing about it, they got country western bands playing in the place. So there's places there that are playing music. They got sports bar. They got a, like a Ruth Chris steakhouse, which we ate at, which was really nice. They got pizza, spaghetti. I mean, you got about anything and everything in this place.
Well, I know how you are with spaghetti, so.
Yeah. Well, we didn't eat spaghetti, so we were out on that
I'm
one.
shocked.
Well, we were walking that, and somebody said, well, let's go to the steakhouse. I said, hey, I'm in for anything. The guy hooked us up on the rooms, and so my Bob's brother-in-law hooked us up with rooms there, so nice. So
cool.
It was a great weekend, but if you ever get a chance to go there, it's expensive, but it's top-notch stuff, I'm telling you.
Well, very good.
And it's like the first time to get to your room, you got to kind of remember left, right, left,
you need
right.
like a map.
Oh, like a map. Seriously, I told Dale, I said, my goodness, how do you got to, this place is on 350 acres, I think.
Oh my gosh.
340 acres on this place. And it's just an amazing place and great restaurants. Of course, you got the Grand Ole Opry right there. They got a swimming. You can swim there. They got a swimming park right going on in there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in that place. And it is really, really cool. They had a convention that booked out that night or canceled out. They had 2,400 rooms canceled out.
Oh, no.
And, which was helpful for us. So we got an indoor room because from our indoor room, you can look down inside. And they actually have built this aquarium over the old hotel.
What?
Yes. The hotel, the original hotel there at the old Grand Ole Opry, the new Grand Ole Opry, it was built, another building built over top of it.
That's insane. My mind is blown.
Oh, you got to go sometime. It is just amazing how big that place is.
I love that.
You go in there, and he walked us into this one room. I think you could sit like 7,500 people in one room. And he says, just think about it. This fits everybody in Jackson to sit in this one room.
Right. Our entire city.
Entire city. 7,500 people plus.
Wow.
There's a stage in there, and it's mind-boggling. It really is. You go into places like that, you think, really? That's that big? But they have conventions there all the time. And they pretty well sold out all the time. Sell out, from what I understand.
That's awesome. So then you Ubered down to the stadium.
Yeah, we were gonna drive down but we started talking.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah,
driving and trying to park.
Well, I don't know the area like I know Cincinnati to get to a place to park or anything. And it was $20 to Uber down and $30 back, so it was $50. If you're parking down there anywhere, you're going to pay $50 or more.
Sure.
So if you want to go down and have a few drinks. It's not a great place to be driving anyway.
Right.
Nashville's a nutty town anyway. A lot of turns and it's just a crazy place to drive.
Yeah.
But we Ubered down there. We went downtown about noon. The game started at 3:30. We got down there about noon, and which I'm glad we did. We went to walked around a little bit. Went to a place called Wild Horse Saloon.
Yeah.
And really nice place.
Cool.
Top notch. Actually. The Gaylords that is owned by, which I didn't know that until Dale told us that. But we went in there and stuck around, had a few drinks, and a lot of Bengal fans coming in. And I think there was a bar where mainly it was all Cincinnati fans. Someplace.
That's so cool.
So we hung out there. We said, well, let's go down and hit another bar. But everything was packed.
I'll bet.
So we walked over to the stadium. And they got this big bridge. It's just an old bridge, a car bridge. And they made it an all-people bridge. Now you can walk people, kind of like in Kentucky. Kentucky has a bridge there too. So we walked over the bridge, and that's a pretty good huff too.
That was 2.5 of the 5 miles that we walked.
I guarantee you, we walked up these stairs, got up on the bridge, walked in, and went into the stadium, and then we got there right about I think. 2 o'clock. What time? They let us in at 3, and the game started at 4:30. So we got there and hung out about an hour. They had a band playing there and all that good stuff, country western bands, of course.
Yeah.
And we went to our seats, and I'm up getting close to the top. And I said, has anybody seen God up here?
I mean, this is the guy that's had like a heart attack, and you picked those seats.
Wow. Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Don't you know that my heart is fragile?
But
is there like oxygen up there that high?
Oh yeah, there is. There's clouds. But
it was snowing on us. It wasn't snowing on the field. But
Really it was 39 degrees, about 40 degrees when the game started. So it was a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah.
So actually prettier than Nashville. There wasn't Cincinnati as far as weather-wise.
Sure.
And we dressed warm, but I never really got that cold again. Sat next to a guy from Dayton, Ohio. I made a new friend over there.
Cool.
And I think he said he was going to Kansas City. He says, now you got to go. I said, I'd love to. But
so, yeah, that was going to be my next question. Are you going to make it to the next game?
I don't know. We'll just have to see. Just if I can squeeze the wife in saying, let's go. Let's load up the car and go. You never know.
How far is Kansas City from here?
10 hours.
10-hour drive?
Yep, 10-hour drive. That's the bad one. That's like going to Hilton Head.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Except
good
for
hoof.
at least Hilton Head's south and warm.
Nashville's only 6.
Yeah, it's not very far,
And
really.
If we'd have
Easy
played,
drive.
If we had played Buffalo, it's only 6.
Oh.
It's only 6 hours, but that extra 4 hours is a killer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can drive it one day, but it's
a lot.
It's a pretty good hoof, but and we, the nice thing about met some nice fans there, everybody around, and up in the skybox seats, you can see everything. Of course, the city of Nashville in the background.
Oh, that would be pretty.
That was really pretty. Actually, I got a picture of it if you want to see it.
Yeah.
But it just everybody was there. Everybody was pumped up. The Nashville fans were really nice, and they were pumped up. And there were some guys hassle some people in the front about Cincinnati. But of course, anybody scored, everybody was giving everybody a little heck.
Well, there was enough back and forth for
Oh, it was nuts. I've never seen a game so. I mean, both the games that they played have been back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, if you had to write a script for games that were fun to watch. No, well, number one, all 4 games this past weekend were fun to watch. But I mean, it is. It's like the script could not have been written any better, and especially with the Bengals winning at the end.
Well, they were the first game of every game for the last, for the 2 playoff games. So they started off first, and both their games were decided by field goals, basically, and how the game ended for Cincinnati, and with less than 2 minutes, they get the ball. Tennessee gets the ball back, and I'm thinking, well, that's not good.
You're like, man, I just traveled all the way down here
Well,
to watch them lose.
That's the best thing about being a fan. You take your chances, and then they made the big interception, and of course we didn't hear it on the field. He said something about. Well, we're going to win the good. We're going to the AFC. That's what the kicker said. We're going to the AFC
James was telling me about
game.
that. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, there it is right there.
How cute.
I got some other ones back there. There's one that really, if you can pull that one up, it's got the city in the background from our seats up top where we're at. And it's a pretty city. I'll tell you what, it's a great town to go to. I mean, a lot of fun.
Yeah, Nashville, fun.
I've never been downtown Nashville. I've been to the Grand Ole Opry about 2 times. I've seen that all good stuff. But Nashville, there's just all kinds of bars downtown. They cut the city off, and as far as the downtown area, we walked to all the bars too. We went down. I mean, after the game, the fans were nuts, and we were all at the top, so it took us a while to get down. But we met some really nice people. This is weird. Heading downtown, we met some people who came all the way from Louisiana.
Oh man, is that where you were sitting?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little hoof.
There are people down on the field.
They look like ants.
They do. I mean, you said it. I'm glad you said it, and I don't have to.
But after the game, we started walking down and met some really nice people. We met some people who came all the way from Louisiana to see Joe Burrow play.
Oh, yeah. So, and that's the thing about Burrow is not only does he have his Ohio family, he has the LSU people rooting him on, too.
Yeah, and we met
which is a whole huge other
that
group.
was when we were talking to this couple, because everybody's crammed and it's going really slow trying to get down. He goes, and it's one guy said, from Joe Burrow, we started talking about Joe Burrow. I said, yeah, we live only 30 miles and blah, 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 and really nice people. And then his wife, I said, yeah, we drove all the way up from Louisiana to watch the game. We're a big Joe Burrow fan.
Not
necessarily a Bengals fans, but they're there. So that was pretty cool. So we get back to this big bridge I was talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother. I mean, you are crunched. It's not a good place if you're freaking out for COVID.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you what.
There was no social distancing going on.
There was no. I mean, you are jam packed on this bridge going over, and it's that's at least a half a mile, I think, going over this bridge, I would think. But every Cincinnati fan was on there and a few Tennessee fans. And while you're on there, we're talking to people and start talking to this one guy next door. What we said, heck of a game. And next thing I know, I said, you must be from Canada. He goes, yeah, I am from Nova Scotia.
Oh, wow.
There's the night.
Holy moly.
Isn't
that is gorgeous.
I mean, that's just a pretty. That's how high we were. I could be almost the top of the skyscraper there.
Wow.
But anyway, I started talking to this guy from Nova Scotia, and he lives in Cincinnati. He said he hadn't been home since 2019 because of the COVID.
Yeah.
And it's strange how you meet people when you're talking to people going across the bridge and everything. But no problems, never said, nothing going on. Everybody had a good time. And of course, Cincinnati kind of invaded the downtown area.
I'll bet.
It was, but we went to a few places down there, but you couldn't find a seat. We stopped in Margaritaville, and I finally found a place to sit down and rest my legs for a few minutes. And we checked for dinner, said it'd be 45 minutes, and I said, well, that's out. So we went back down to Wild Horse and got lucky, got right in, had dinner in there, and then
awesome.
Got the Uber driver on the way home. So and he drove us by. I forgot about this. You remember Nashville had that guy blew up a motorhome, and a year and a half ago.
No.
Yeah. It was
Did that happen?
Yeah. Guy went down there.
I mean, it's pretty sad when there's so many that you don't even remember anymore.
To be honest with you, I forgot all about it. We drove by in this building, and one's tore down, the other one they're working on. He said, this is where the terrorist blew up, the guy blew up the motorhome.
You're kidding.
Yeah. He said they found parts of it all the way back to to the Gaylord. What some of one of those guys told me. But I forgot all about it. I just be honest, I didn't think much of it.
You'll remember the picture. Give me a second.
Oh, James is looking up the picture.
That's one thing. God, a guy knows what he's doing over there.
Oh, I'm telling you, this boy keeps me straight.
You'll remember it when you see this picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He blew his motorhome up there and blew himself up.
I was going to say, did he blow himself up in it?
Yeah, he blew himself in. At least he did something smart.
Right.
Nothing smart about blowing up. But, we drove right by that. And they're still a little bit charred up through there. They're still working on that. And that's been a year and a half. That was only like maybe 2, 3, or 4 blocks from Wild Horse.
That's scary.
So, yeah. But Wild Horse was really a nice place, man. It's a huge when we were there in the morning or the afternoon, they had a country western band playing, a girls country western band playing really good. I mean, it's one good thing about when you're there.
Well, Nashville, you're not going to hear bad music.
No,
it's not going to happen.
A lot of good music there. And then we went back that night, and another guy, I think his name was Clayton, was playing, and they were really good. And I tell you what, just watching the people dance were unbelievable. I thought this one guy flipped this woman up, flipped her down on the side. I thought her head was going to hit the ground, caught her. I'm thinking, wow. I thought for sure it knocked that poor woman out.
She really would have bumped her head, huh?
Yeah, it's the truth. But, and then, when we were at the Gaylord, they had a couple of guys in there playing music too. And, it was really crazy. We went to the football game, and they were playing rap. Through the stadium. That's the funny part.
Makes sense.
But
getting everybody pumped up, I guess.
They did the national anthem. Lady Antebellum sang.
Oh, did they?
National anthem.
That's
and then
cool.
They had another country western halftime play, which he was really good too. So, if you like good country western music, great place to go. A lot of fun.
Cool.
But man, what a great weekend! I tell you what, last 2 weekends been good. Hopefully, I can squeeze this Kansas City in. If not,
I am on team. Carman family go to Kansas City.
I've got Ticketmaster up here. I was looking at what sections where you can get.
All right, James is going to find you tickets right now.
Skybox seats.
We just need a credit card.
Right. You mean you guys aren't going to help me out?
So if you want to sit in section 303,
yeah,
the least expensive tickets, $466.
Yeah,
and a piece.
And that's just the ticket. That's not the ticket fees.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the killer part.
So you're going to end up like at $500 a ticket probably or something close
5 to 6.
Yeah.
Because you got ticket fees, and that's we got ours for like at Nashville like $265. is what the ticket fees.
What if you want to sit like,
down below,
like where there's oxygen in the air?
The most expensive ones are $1,400.
$1,400.
Yeah.
If you want to sit in the end zone, I mean, obviously they're all crazy expensive. But if you want to sit behind one of the end zones, they're actually only $650.
There you go. I mean, if you're going to go, Carman, you should spring for one of the good ones.
Well, you better go for this game here if you're going to go to the championship game, because the next game after that. Yeah.
I mean, it's just the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just the Super Bowl. I'd love to go to that, but we were talking about that early. $13,000 for two people for a if
package.
you go on a little package, $6,000 for just the seat itself.
So what would?
Yeah, so Super Bowl tickets go up to $25,000.
Okay.
Imagine paying $25,000. I mean, that's people got more money than
unless you're a celebrity or something.
So
no,
here these the VIP ones are $40,000.
$40,000.
There's only 45 of them left, so you better jump on that.
Get on it.
Well, if they go, I might be in. I might have to refinance a house. Honey, we're going to the Super Bowl. How much is it going to cost? You don't want to know. We're going to be paying for it for the next,
but by golly, we're going to have fun.
We're going to be paying for it for 20 years.
I've now got to sell like 75 cars a day for the next year.
It'd be nice to have that kind of crazy ass money to say, hey.
There are $12,000 tickets like in those nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Oh, are there really? Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
So you were saying, though, that you found a package for the Super Bowl for like $13,000 for two people. What does that get you? I'm curious.
Nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
I think hotel stay. I think maybe a trip, maybe driving down to the game.
Like transportation to the game.
Transportation to the game. And there was something else.
Is that your
there.
flights too, or is that just?
It might be possibly flights, but maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember. I just heard him talking about seeing $13,000 for two people. I'm thinking, still that's extraordinarily high.
It does seem though like those package deals. If you could get into one. I mean, if you really had it, yeah.
I think
because it would just be set for you. You wouldn't have to, stress out about it or whatever.
Well, mostly if you get they take you down to the game.
That would
hotel
be
rooms,
worth something.
Because, there's so many people come in for the Super Bowl. In Los Angeles, it's a big place, but still the hotels fill up because you got TVs and radio and God knows everything else coming into town for the game. It's the biggest event probably in the United States.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if you could get in that, that's probably not a bad deal, really. And I don't think it'd be a bad deal at all.
That's right.
If you want to spend $13,000.
I mean, well, that's the thing. If you had it in your mind that you want to go and
you got the money,
that's your thing.
If somebody said I got the money and they want to go, I'd say more power to you.
Yeah. And then call us and let us know what it was like.
Yeah. In fact, call us live.
Yeah, right. Like be our correspondent.
Hey, we're up here, Skybox seat.
Because I don't think we're getting sent to
the
game.
I'm out. I'm going to have the good old fashioned TV right in the front room.
There is something to be said though for like being at the game live, but then there's also something to be said for watching it in your living room because there are replays and
that's the only thing
you can rewind something or whatever.
Yeah, well, like at the game,
and it's like your own personal viewing.
Like the last play I was talking about, I didn't know what happened.
Right.
On TV, you can see that.
Correct.
And
you're right there.
You're right there.
Close. Yeah.
So and the other thing is about being home. You don't have to walk 5 miles.
That's right. Pay for parking. Yeah. You can. Beers are cheap.
Yeah. Instead of paying $10 for a beer, you're paying $2 for a beer. Whatever.
That's right.
Be. So there is and the food is cheaper at home than it is at the game. I think I got a pretzel and 2 beers. I think it was $27.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And the other thing I knew to get the game real quick.
Yeah.
In Ohio State this year, no cash. All credit and debit cards.
Well, that would make the line go faster.
Yeah. Which it does. It's not a bad deal.
But there's also a lot of people that don't travel with credit cards. Yeah, I know many people that don't.
They're going to learn. They're going to start learning. If you're going to any major event.
My husband, for example.
Yeah. Well, older people don't like they like cash.
Yeah.
But really now for like any event, you got to have a credit card or a debit card. And that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Which it really keeps the line moving faster.
It would, because you just and then you're out.
The problem with cash is you're digging out, you're looking for pennies and blah blah blah. And the good thing about debit cards, you go up there, hey, $27, hit it, bank, you're out. And it does keep the lines moving. But that is something here this year. I went to a Ohio State game, a couple of Ohio State games. And
Same
really,
thing.
I like it. Really, I think it's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah.
Just because, man.
You're not having to fish for change and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
you don't have to fish. And, the good thing is everybody's in a hurry. And the lines will get big most of the time, but most lines aren't that big because the lines go pretty fast.
Yeah. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
The credit card companies are happy about it. They're getting their fees on top of it.
I think most of the young kids usually all use debit cards today.
Yeah.
I've noticed about all the young ones use it. I like it because if you don't have a check to pay for something, for business-wise, I think it's great to use a debit card.
Sure.
But that's something new, though, that I've seen this year. I don't know how long that's been going on. I know concerts, some of the concerts I know are all debit cards, too.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, if you
We've
think
got that many people in one area.
Well, that way you don't have to worry about anybody stealing anything. You got people that probably do steal if they work in there, stick a 5 or 10 in their pocket.
True.
Now you don't have to worry about that anymore.
True that.
And you can track all your money.
Yeah.
So, but
right.
but you're right. You stay at home to watch the game. It is cheaper.
It is, and it's a different experience.
Yeah.
But it's also a really cool experience to be at the game too.
These last two
it's
games,
just a different.
It's just a whole different type of deal. When you win, it's great because you're happy and.
Well, let's just be honest. I mean, if say the Bengals make it to the Super Bowl, just hypothetical. If you knew that they were going to win, it wouldn't be as hard to fork out the $13,000 to get there as it would to, like, if hindsight was 2020 or not 2020, but if you knew the outcome.
Yeah, it'd be so easier to predict the future. But that's what makes going to the games fun. And, I've been on the losing side. What's funny.
I mean, you're a Bengals fan. Of course you have.
Well, I got to tell another story here. Sandy and I went to the Pittsburgh game back in 2016 or 15 or 16. We were playing the Steelers in the playoffs. And anyway, we lost that game in the waning minutes. We were laying again. We lost that game less than 2 minutes to go.
Oh, no.
We were up pretty good. And we had gotten up out of our seats heading out and lost the game. And anyway, when we went to this last first playoff game, Sandy wore a jacket, and she pulled out and said, "Look at this! I got tickets for the 2016 playoff with Pittsburgh, and another one with Denver." We went to a Denver game, and and she met. And here it is, small world. When she was in the ladies' room up there, she goes, "Where'd you get your coat?" She goes, "Oh, I had it for a few years." She goes, "Those are." Cheerleader jackets. She goes, I'm a cheerleader for Cincinnati, for the Bengals.
Oh.
They don't go to the away games. They don't cheer on the away games.
They don't send the cheerleaders. Okay.
Yeah, they don't cheer they don't, send the cheer. But anyway, she goes, that's the jackets we have. My wife got really a kick out of that. And meeting a cheerleader from Cincinnati.
Why didn't she say, I am a cheerleader?
Well, Sandy goes, well, first thing she goes, are you a cheerleader or have you been a cheerleader? She goes, no, I just bought this coat or whatever. So that was pretty amazing, meeting a cheerleader.
Wow!
And she had skybox seats too. So
how fun!
But that was pretty cool. Saying that's pretty neat. She goes, yeah, we can't go to the away. I mean, they don't pay for away games, but home games were good. So it's kind of crazy. In fact, when the first game the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, they were arguing over paying for the cheerleaders to go to the game, if I remember right. The cost of it and all that, back then.
I mean, come on. Of all the money that they spend in the world, I think they could.
The money goes for the game. These football games have got to be ungodly.
Good grief.
TV and the.
Oh my gosh! And you're worried about sending a couple of girls with you? Come on.
Come on, hook them up.
Yeah,
hook them up.
They've been with you all year. Like, take them.
We need them. Take them. So I don't think you hear about that anymore. I think they're all in. But away games, they don't go. Of course, I can understand away games you don't go.
Yeah.
But, God, what a great experience, though. It really is a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to go, even go to a regular game, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. You make it what you want. And if you lose, well, I've been to the good games. I've been to the bad games. I've been the one where we got our butts kicked, and I've been to the ones that just last 2 weeks.
He's not a fair weather fan. We established that a long time ago.
Well, the good thing, we've been take Ohio State. Ohio State's been so good for a long time here lately, which is good. We just take it natural.
Yeah, it's like expected.
Yeah, it's
now.
like you expected. But, you get in those ruts where a team takes a left or right, and, it's tough.
As the Bengals have for many, many, many years now.
Well, what's funny is the last playoff game they said they won was, 31 years ago. That's when we played San Diego, and then I think we played Buffalo, which I was at those games. And those were exciting games. Mm-hmm. And I could tell some good stories, but those are more adult stories off the air.
They're a little R-rated.
Yeah, a little R-rated. But it was a pumped-up event. But being home is so much easier if you're home. But, you take 3 out of 4 lost last weekend.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Most
Isn't
of the home
that
teams
nuts?
always win.
I mean, I was hoping for 4 out of 4, but...
Yeah.
So what do you think about... Okay, so Jamie and I were discussing this after the last game. What do you think about the NFL overtime rule? Because I think it's not fair at all.
Well, it has been for a long time. A lot of fans have been unhappy with it.
That's not cool. I mean, it's dumb luck.
It's a coin flip.
I mean, basically you luck into getting the ball first. There's no skill involved in that.
Well, it used to be the first couple years ago, what it was, the coin flip, first one that scored wins the game. It could be a field goal or a touchdown. Well, they thought, we'll try to make it a little fair. It takes a touchdown to win the game. So they thought that would be fair. But to be honest with you, let them play 10 minutes. If that team scores like Kansas City scored right off the bat, give Buffalo the chance to score. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. They had their opportunity. And if they do score, then I think it's the first one that kicks a field goal or whatever wins the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was, and I guess I just hadn't paid that much attention because I don't watch that much NFL football. And honestly, I don't know how many ones go into overtime anyway. But I was just like, that's incredibly unfair.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for years.
Jamie was like, that's BS. You don't even have the opportunity to defend yourself.
It's like 10 minutes, 10 minutes in overtime. The actual quarter's 15 minutes. But, in these rounds now, they got to have a winner. There's no ties.
Yeah, there's no tie.
You can end up in a game of tie. Actually, Pittsburgh and end up in a tie this year. Cincinnati did a couple of years ago. There's some play. What's really funny? Some players didn't even know you could tie.
Huh?
The game. They didn't know in overtime you could tie. Nobody scored, or if you kick a field goal, the other guy kicks another field goal, it's tied. But they got to work on that overtime rule a little bit.
Yeah, it's just not
make it a little bit more fair for both people.
Cool.
Because Kansas City and Buffalo put on such a great show and great game.
And then just to have it end by a coin flip, not cool.
It's not really cool. That's why you want to win the coin flip. You win the coin flip, you really got your chances are probably, you got to be 80 to 90% chance you're going to win the game. Even though you got to score a touchdown first. I've seen them go down, just kick a field goal. But pros now, it's funny. If you look at the games in the NFL, the last 2 minutes, 13 seconds to tie a game up. Think about Kansas City had 13 seconds after Buffalo took the lead.
Right.
And tied the game.
What were there, 20-some points scored?
30-some points in the last, 4 minutes or something like that.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It just doesn't happen.
No,
that game does not happen.
And to see a team, you say 13 seconds, think game's over. 13 seconds.
Well, how many times did you think the game was over?
Well, a bunch.
4 or 5 times.
Yeah, when Kansas City scored, and then I thought, that's we're going to Kansas City, and then Buffalo goes bang, bang, bang down the field, and they're in. And then 13 seconds, I think, this is going overtime. But the thing Kansas City had going on, they had 3 timeouts still left.
Yeah.
And that really helped
They
them
have plenty of time.
And Mahomes is just an unbelievable quarterback. He's just
apparently,
so good.
Yes.
In fact, Cincinnati, last time they played Kansas City, their last drive was over 6 minutes. And everybody kept, remember when they kept saying, why don't you kick the ball? Why don't you kick the ball? And the coach said he didn't want any time left for Mahomes to have an opportunity.
Obviously.
And that from this last game, that Kansas City just won to where Cincinnati won the last game. That's why.
100%.
In the old days, I don't think you ever seen a team come back like that in a minute or two.
Nah.
But today, 13 seconds and come back and tie a game. Now, come on, man, that's just unbelievable. That don't happen. That doesn't happen very often. It was nuts.
So, how does Cincinnati go out to Kansas City and win that game?
Well, two things are going to keep Burrow off his back.
Well, number one, just as a Southern Ohio person and someone that feels, that loves Joe Burrow, and I feel like we're all very maternal around him.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can we please not get him killed?
Well, it was funny. There was a fan behind me in Tennessee.
My gosh.
He goes, "Give Burrow 3 seconds." I turned around and said, "Give him 10."
Yeah, give him one would be great.
But I think the key to this game is they can beat Kansas City. They beat them before.
Yeah.
And
this year, right?
This year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's very possible they can go there, but they got to have the ball bouncing. They got to keep Mahomes under control. They got to try to not get Burrow sacked that many times. I don't think
the fact that he popped up 9 times
is unbelievable. I mean,
that doesn't happen either.
He was slow getting up, but Palmer, the old quarterback from Cincinnati, they were asking about him. He said, "The thing about that kid is he is so cool. He doesn't get upset. He keeps his head." I mean, when we were watching,
obviously,
yeah. Well, the thing about Kansas City, we had a 3-27, 3-20. He got sacked, and most quarterbacks, as I say, when they get sacked and they lose that many yards, they just can't overcome that.
Right.
But 3-27. Of course, we got one hell of a receiver in Chase. He throws the ball.
Oh my gosh!
He throws the ball to Chase for a 27 or 28 or 29 yard pass and gives us first down. And we end up, I mean, that was a 6-minute drive. So we can beat Cincinnati. I think we got a little better defense than Kansas City.
Okay.
I think because, I mean, you get how many points that Buffalo gave up and Kansas City gave.
Sure.
You don't. They're good, but you got to have some defense. Somebody's got to stop somebody.
Well, it's just interesting because I feel like, you watch. This is no offense to you and all the Bengals fans, but I feel like you almost watch the Bengals and then you watch, and the Browns and whatever, if you've been an Ohio team person. And then you watch these other teams and you've always thought, oh, well, they're here and, we're down here on this level somewhere. It's not even
close.
The same. And, you watched the game on this weekend and it was like, oh, wait, they're there.
They're
there.
They're
good.
They are good. They're not a bad team at all. And, they probably, of all the teams on there, probably a lot of them look at bad at how our front line is, but they find ways to win, and that's all you have to do. I don't care what team you are.
Well,
you just got to find a way
you're
to
right.
win.
Whether it's by 1 point or 100 or
Field
whatever.
goal or whatever it may be, you just got to play smart. And
I'm going to tell you what, that kicker, man, he's got ice in his veins.
I'm telling you,
bless his heart.
Unbelievable. I mean, he
only
missed one. He missed one. The one kick he missed this year cost us game was Green Bay. He missed a kick in the Green Bay. We had that game won, and
oh, is that JJ?
I couldn't tell who it was. Look, he's all bundled up.
He's all bingled up.
But,
face mask and the whole 9 yards.
He lost that game in Green Bay. He missed a kick wide left. I think went left.
Oh,
but the kid's unbelievable. Great game though.
I mean, good for him. I don't know where he came. Where did he come from? Florida or something?
Yeah, I think he came from Florida. In fact, they were laughing because he's only like 20 or 21 years old.
He looks like a baby.
Yeah. And somebody said his girlfriend hadn't even been born yet with one of the players who's on the team. That's what the guy from Canada was telling us about. He says, I think Hubbard or whatever. He says, she's young. But that's what's so cool about this game. They're so young and they're so cocky.
They are,
and they're having a lot of fun. That's the main thing.
I feel like they're just got like their heads on and they're just doing their thing.
It's just a whole different.
I mean, heck, they've got nothing to lose at this point other than you win. Like, I mean,
just win.
No one expected them to get this far. Like, this is awesome.
Well, you're in the top 4
Who cares?
teams. You're in right now the top 4 teams in the NFL. You got to look at it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. Green Bay got beat. Look at all the good teams. They got Tampa Bay got
Tom
beat.
Brady.
Yeah. And, I think Tom who knows what Tom's going to do? How he was talking, I wouldn't be surprised. He might come back, but I don't know.
He'll never end on a losing note. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
He's come back, win one game, say, "Hey, I'm retired."
Yeah, he's not gonna end his career in a loss. It's not going to happen. No way.
But you're talking about, teams that, are up on the top for a long, long time. They get the ball. It seems like Green Bay, how many times the ball's bounced their way.
Yep.
Or some of these really good teams, Pittsburgh. And of course, Pittsburgh's having a tough year this year, but they made the playoffs. But it's a lot of these teams, it seems like they get the lucky bounce in Cincinnati or Cleveland does not get the lucky bounce.
Yep.
But you got to have some luck in this game.
Definitely.
And you got to have some players. I think we got the players. Should be a great weekend for football.
It'll be fun. Hey, by the way, if you're looking for a place to watch the game, if you don't get to go, Mrs. Carman, he wants to go. Miss Sandy.
I'm in.
Hey, we're doing some specials at the brewery.
Oh, are you? Cool.
Yeah. So you have to come watch it.
Are you gonna have the spaghetti with chili and cheese?
We should.
You should.
We should do Cincinnati chili for the game.
That's what you should do.
That's such a good idea.
I was thinking about that this morning. Of the chili. I forget what they call it.
3 ways.
Three way. Yeah. Make up some pot of spaghetti, or if not, sell the chili on the side.
I love that idea. See, Carmen, you're so smart.
Well, see, what's on my travels in Hilton Head, they got a Bengals bar.
Oh.
And they do that. They do the chili,
Cincinnati chili and stuff.
They did small hot dogs. They call them chili dogs.
Yeah.
And they were just little small ones. They probably weren't 3 or 4 inches. I don't know. Not very big. You could eat a ton of them. But they had that going on. So that's gets you hot dogs and chili.
All right, I'll see if I can make that happen. And I'll let you know.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. That's what it.
We got plenty of TVs, so come on in.
And at least that Monday when you come in, you'll have some chili. You'll smell like chili.
Like, Well, heck, we've been talking all about football and whatnot, and we haven't even talked about the lot. We have like 6 minutes left of the show. So
we might as well
what the heck do you have going on out at the car lot?
Well, I am packing the lot up, getting ready for the spring bonanza. We got Hummers. We got Jeeps. I mean, it's just amazing. Cars.
I saw that truck yesterday. It is gorgeous.
That's a local trade truck or local truck. It's got 60,000 miles, automatic air, power steering, power brakes. I mean, you could eat off the floorboard. I mean, it is so clean.
I was driving by your lot and that truck just jumped out at me. It was like.
See, you should buy that for Jamie. See, he needs a new truck.
Yes, he does, but trying to convince him of that is a whole other issue.
Just go buy it for him. Say, I bought you a truck today. Congratulations. I got rid of that old dog you had, and it's time to move on.
Hey, no, your guys fixed it up the other day, so it'll run for another.
I'll sabotage it next time. Just tell me the word. You want me to sabotage it, I'll sabotage it. There's another. We got a lot of Jeeps. Jeeps are really good. All-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. And right now,
you need those right now.
Right now, they're really good.
I'm going to tell you what. My driveway's still a mess.
Real nice 09 Ford F-250 diesel crew cab, local trade, automatic. 05 Jeep Wrangler, automatic. Automatic.
Really?
6-cylinder, super sharp. Nissan. I think Nissan is a Rogue. We've been selling a lot of Rogues. Those are really nice little vehicles.
Those are good because you still got the 4-wheel drive, or you've got the sport utility vehicle, but they're a little bit smaller.
And that's
you can fit in places.
It's under $10,000 too. I tell you, it's going to be a hard year to find a lot of $5,000 cars. So we got a few of those, not a bunch, but we do have a few, and got a bunch of trucks. We got about 20 trucks.
Oh wow!
And I think SUVs. 20, 25 SUVs. Myself right now, I'm driving a really nice Hyundai Santa Fe all-wheel drive. It's not on the internet, but leather interior, automatic. I've had it to Nashville. In fact, I even drove it to Hilton Head too.
Okay.
And it's a really nice SUV, just a little over 100,000 miles, easy on gas.
Good.
And really nice vehicle. So cars, we got a little bit of everything in cars. Small cars, big cars. We got some Hyundai Sonatas.
Cars with round wheels.
Round wheels.
Clear glass.
Clear glass. I mean, you name it,
it's amazing.
And the rates right now is still fantastic. I mean, we've got some really good rates on the car. So, and And our service department's open Monday through Friday. So if you're looking for oil changes, brake jobs, things like that, we do that, tune-ups. So it's open Monday through Friday. Just give Jason a call. Or
Yeah, they helped out. Like I said, Jamie's truck was in the other day. It didn't have any heat.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good right now for that.
No. And they fixed him right up.
You know what's really bad when you don't have heat and you can't defrost your windshield.
Yeah.
That makes it tough.
A little tough, but they fixed him right up. It wasn't a major fix at all, but they fixed it.
A lot of times, if we're not that busy, we can squeeze you right in.
Yep.
That's the cool thing. We can squeeze you in. And but we service what we sell. Everything's, we do, put tires on our car, new tires, change the oil, make sure when you put it out on the lot there, hopefully it's ready to go. Sports cars, I forgot we got a really nice, beautiful black Corvette down there, convertible.
You do.
The leather interior. Great day to have a convertible.
I mean, I told Jamie when I dropped his truck off, or when we dropped his truck off, or when I was picking it up, I think it was like snowing like crazy that day. And I said, I'm going to call Carman right now. And he's like, why? I was like, I'm going to ask him if we can test drive that Corvette sitting right there. And he was like, oh my gosh.
You'd be sliding all over
Wouldn't
the place.
that be funny?
But we got a really nice Saturn convertible.
Really cute.
Yeah, that's a really cute little car, really low miles. And we got a little Volkswagen hardtop convertible.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool little car. And we got a Camaro. So we got some nice little sports cars down there. And it's really, as we get closer to spring, it's a good time to buy in the wintertime in sports cars because usually those things shoot up in the spring.
Oh, of course. Everybody wants them in the spring.
Yeah,
and Jeeps and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, the Jeeps. And I've been trying to buy Jeeps, but they're like, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough stuff out there.
Yeah, it is.
But there's cars out there. There you are. There's that beautiful Corvette, automatic air, leather.
I don't see why driving that in this kind of weather is not a bad idea.
It's always
Could you
a good
go ahead
time.
and put the top down for me too?
Yeah, it's a sharp car, really.
No, it's really pretty.
Yep. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a great car to drive. We got some really, like I said, we got some really, really nice cars. I bought a Kia Soul. I'm picking it up this afternoon. It's like 2016 with 36,000 miles on it.
Nice.
Gray cloth interiors. I'm picking it up this afternoon. So
cool.
Busy trying to buy stuff. Some of us, I've been trying to buy some 12-passenger vans. Those things are doubled in price. You think crazy things are happening right now.
Yep.
This car shortage. They say this could be another year for car shortage, and then next year should be hopefully falling back.
Hey, we're getting that chip plant right here in Ohio.
Isn't that great? I saw that.
That's amazing.
It took them 2 years to figure out we need a plant to build chips.
I know, right? Like, this has kind of been going on for a while.
Yeah, my God, you go buy these new car stores, and they got no cars at all.
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's
really.
eerie to like drive by and see them.
I do not know how these new car dealers have done it. I mean, it's just not getting any new cars at all.
I don't know.
Man, it's nuts. But it's great. But anyway, we're open 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday from 9 till 4. And we got local financing. If you got a lot of the banks we do with is like OVB, Atomic, Vinton County Bank, and we got in the back here.
Yeah.
And People's Bank. So we deal with a lot of and credit unions, of course, Atomic Credit Union. So a lot of local financing. If you got bad credit, no credit, we got a backup place where we could send you on that.
That's right.
A couple places.
Yeah.
Got to have money in. You can't come in and say, I got $1 and I need to buy a car. That don't happen.
Yep.
And,
Not if you got bad credit, it doesn't.
Yeah, if you got bad credit, I mean, I've seen some people.
But that's okay because you can help people get it fixed.
Yeah, get it fixed. Get it reestablished and moving on because everybody goes through some hard times. They lose their job or
divorce is a big one. Yeah,
just crazy things do happen. Lose your job, and next thing you know, you got no money, can't find a job. Now, if you can't find a job today, you got issues. There's jobs out there.
Yeah,
but love to have you come in, bring your trade. And if you can't make it in before 6, just let us know. We'll be happy to stick around for you on that.
We'll be happy to.
Except for playoff Sunday, we aren't open on playoff
Don't
Sunday.
call during the Bengals game.
Ouch.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
You're gonna get the old reject.
Sorry,
on the phone.
no answer. But you can check a lot of our cars out at carmanjuicecars.com.
Great website.
And I'm always on Facebook, always flashing on new cars that we're getting in. I haven't been able to put any new cars on the Facebook because I don't like to advertise snow.
No,
I want something where it's clean out and looks good. So hopefully we'll get some the snow melt out of the way. But
hopefully.
And if you need pictures, just give us a call. We'll send you extra more pictures of cars. We've had people call from out of state, say, hey, can you send some more pictures of this or that of the car? Sure, no problem. So
makes sense.
We got Scott Sheets selling cars, and of course my son Chris Carman, and me when I'm there.
When he's not at a Bengals game.
When I'm not at a Bengals game. Hooday!
That's right. Well, thank you for coming in and spending the morning with us and telling us about your adventure.
Oh, it's great, man. Appreciate it.
I hope that you make it to the game. Do you want me to call Mrs. Carman for you and say, oh, he's so sad.
Come on, he wants to go. Come on.
He really needs to go, Sandy. She'd say, you have bumped your head.
Yeah, well, maybe I can talk to the Super Bowl. Maybe I can talk in $13,000 tickets.
Just be like, hey, listen, I'll settle for this one if we don't have to go spend the $13,000.
Exactly. We might get out
It's a fair compromise.
Look, it's $2,000. You're figuring $2,000 compared to $13,000.
It's a no-brainer, Sandy.
It's a no-brainer, yeah.
She's going to be like, out. So. Anyway. All right. Well, that's the show for the day. We hope that you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming in and spending time with us. And we will be back here tomorrow. We have Open Rail will be here. That's exactly right. We look forward to that. And so we'll be talking with them. So have a great day. Stay warm. It is very cold outside. And we'll be back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Hooday!
Hooday!